Hi and welcome back to my channel. So today we'll be looking at leetcode problem number 13, which says that it's from Roman to integer. So then it reads thus: Roman numerals are represented by 7 different symbols, and then we have those I, V, X, L, C, and D, and they are represented here by the integer values 1, 5, 10, etc., and etc. And yeah, so I'll just give you a quick summary of what is required. What is required is for you to be able to convert the Roman numerical into a digit, and that's pretty much what they're looking for. However, there are some rules that we need to follow, some rules that we need to look into before we actually do the conversion. We are told here that it normally starts from the largest to the smallest, and then it reads from the left to right. And but there are cases that or special cases whereby we have the smallest value going to the higher value, so from small to a higher value, meaning that if that is the case, then we need to treat the algorithm a little bit differently, in the sense that we need to come up with a way to handle that case. So here are the different rules in the case of 1 and 9, and then 40, 90, and so on and so forth. So just to explain what I mean, let me show you this. So if we have, for an example, a 4, meaning that the I is a 1, is represented by the 1, and then V is represented by 5. I mean, you can come here and reference this if you don't know this from the top of your head. A V it's a 5, and then a 10 is an X, and so on and so forth. So in this case, we have an I and a V, all right? So meaning that this is smaller than this other one. So if this is the case, then we need to do a subtraction. So we can do -1 plus a 5, which will lead us to a 4, right? And then the same thing will apply if we had to do, for an example, if we had to do a 9 is represented by IX, okay? Because and then this is a 1, and then this is a 10, right? But because we are moving from small to large, we'll have a -1, and then a plus a 10 there, which will give us 9. Okay, I mean, same thing will apply if we had been given 99. 99 is represented by this XCI X. So we know that X in this case is going to be a 10, and then a C, it's 100. I mean, if you go back to the table, you'll see that a C is represented by 100, and then we'll have an I, which is a 1, and then we'll have a 10. Okay, so meaning that now, because we are moving from small to large, we'll have a minus there, and then we'll have a plus. Again, on the other side, we'll move from small to large, we'll have a -1, and then we'll have a 10, and then if we add this up, we'll get a 90 plus -10 plus -1 plus 10 is going to be 9, which is going to be 90 plus 9 is going to be 99. Okay, and then I mean, these the normal ones that we know, like for instance, if I have to do maybe a 11, 12, or 13 maybe, and then we'll have a 10, and then we'll have a 1 and 1, which follows the right rules because we are moving from large to small. Okay, and then we'll have our normal additions here, which will lead us to us having a 13, which is a 1, 3. Okay. Now that we understand, because the main thing is to understand the problem before you actually write any code. Before you can resolve this, you need to understand the problem. So now we need to, now that we have this in place, I mean, we know that we can have a map that does the mapping for us, and then we just look through the Roman numerals that we're given, and then from there we can just see whether we can either add or subtract. That's pretty much what is required. Let me just come back to leetcode here, and then I'll give it a thumbs up. It sounds like a good problem to improve your problem solving skills. Okay, cool. I've typed the map beforehand, so I don't waste your time. So this is basically a representation of these. Okay, then we will have our int result. We'll assume that it's 0, and then we'll go through the actual string there. The string, then string less than s dot length. Here, length is going to be method because it's a string, and then we'll increment. Right, now this is where we need to do the check to see if whether the current one is less than or greater than the next one. Okay, so we'll have a map.get s dot character add I, which is map.character add I is less than map dot, I mean, you can start with greater than, it's up to you. Map dot get, then we'll have s dot character add I plus 1. Okay, so we need to check if the current one is less than the next one. But I mean, because you see that here we have I plus 1, we need to handle the range. All right, so we need to say that to make sure that we are not out of bounds. So we need to say I plus 1 if I plus 1 is less than the actual length of the given string, and that is the case here. Okay, cool. So what we'll do is we will, now that we have handled the range, now we need to make sure that we do what we're supposed to do. I mean, result minus equals to, obviously it's going to be the s dot character at this is going to be character at I. So we are doing a subtraction because we are moving from the smallest to, or from small to a bigger one, smallest to the highest. So otherwise we need to do an addition, the normal one that follows the rules, which is this character add, and then we'll have our I like this. Oh, sorry, this is going to, this must be in a map, right? So it's going to be a map dot get, because we are interested in the actual integer value and not necessarily the actual symbol. So it's going to be map dot get, and then we'll do this. Right, cool. So now we are good, or we are set. Then we can just say, okay, fine, we return our result. Cool. Okay, all right, so let's just run it and see if whether it does accept our solution. And then there's a problem there. It says that, okay, all right, so, oh, okay, so we need to have this. Yes, we need to have that. And then let me just do run it again. Illegal start of expression. Let me check if I plus 1. Let me just quickly do this. I don't know if whether he's complaining about that. Oh, okay, so I think I have an extra symbol here. I don't know where this character is coming from. If that, but I do need this open brace and closing brace. I'm not sure. Let me see. Okay, I might be having an extra one there. Okay, all right. Let's see. Yeah, all right, so I had an extra closing bracket there. Okay, let's just do a submission. Cool, it does accept the solution. All right, we have come to the end of our solution. If you haven't subscribed, please do so and get the latest content. Ciao, ciao.